Alright, well, if you take a look at my city, you'll see that I'm no longer a member of OWR. I did make the rather hard decision to migrate over to LB81 Lazy Beast. This is the kingdom in 1981, the same kingdom that we fought against throughout this KvK with. I did just want to make a quick video, again, kind of an emotional video, but I wanted to send some thank yous and some shout outs to members of 38 and the council members. Just a brief overview of kind of why I left and some of the decisions that led to that. Not going to go into anything too deep because obviously a lot of that stuff is private or personal or just doesn't need to be shared. And then why I chose to come here. To 1981, and then last bit, I've got a little bit of footage of me migrating that was about an hour and a half long recording, which I realized there's no way I'm going to go through that and trim that down to make some sort of edit video, especially because most of it was just sending resources to myself, migrating from the main and then looting the farms, but I'll explain that later on in the video. So anyway, without stalling too much, let's hop into it. Okay, so like I said, first thing first, we are going to go over some thank yous and kind of my story in 2638. Now, I've been there for about a year and a half. I met those players through a migration back to KvK2, which normally I don't recommend, but I was kind of in a weird spot in my account. I wasn't really a good player at that time. I had just finished my 4th KvK. I think I had about 350 million kill points, and I was a complete free-to-play. Not saying free-to-play is bad by any means, but I was not a good free-to-play. And I had kind of this trajectory of where I wanted my account to go. I had started to take it more seriously. I basically sent the Council of 2638 my resume and cover letter about what I expected to do in the future, and they accepted me. And since that time, I had been flourishing in 2638 ever since. A lot of the stuff that I know now came from the Council of 2638. A lot of these players really contributed to my knowledge of the game and how to run a kingdom and all that good stuff. And they really worked very, very hard to make sure that 2638 is successful. Since I got there, 38 had a 5-1 KvK record, I believe. That is impressive. I don't care if you like the kingdom or not. If you think winning is good, 2638 is a good spot to be in. It was a hard decision for me to leave because I really do value a lot of the time and effort that a lot of these players put into the game, and really I do thank them for everything that they did for me while I kind of grew up and experienced this game myself. So as far as why I left, I had this big mail that I sent out to the kingdom, which I would love to share with you guys, but I got removed from the Discord, so I can't read it off to you. But basically saying, obviously that I'm appreciative, I'm thankful, and there are just a few things that I'd like to see changed, but the truth is, and really the bottom line to why I migrated to 1981 is I just need a change of community. That's it. I had known these players for a long time. We had just played our 2nd KvK. We were allies for the 1st KvK. We've been enemies this KvK. They've impressed me with their field presence. They've impressed me with their diplomacy. They've impressed me with just the social aspect and them talking and being communicative towards me. And I just thought that 1981 would be a really good fit for me. If we go in here, obviously, now the kill leaderboard, the individual stuff, we'll deal with that later, but they were obviously very impressive during the KvK. 1603 was a little bigger, actually a lot bigger than 1981, but 1981 put up some very impressive numbers. Now, this alliance stat is a little strange because it counts other kingdoms that joined your alliance, but got kills in your alliance, but weren't in your kingdom. Anyway, like 38 didn't have less kills than 75, but they're way higher up on the alliance leaderboard because 38 fought out of that kingdom a lot. But just a few things, right? And again, I'm not here to rant. 38's a good kingdom. I think that most people would be successful there, but truthfully, I had come to know a lot of those people, and I just wasn't interacting with enough of the community there to make me feel at home, let's say, anymore. And Rock is a social game, okay? It is a if you don't have friends that you're playing with, then you're not really playing the game to its full potential, because there's nothing that's more fun than just getting on Discord with a bunch of your friends and, shooting the shit, I'd like to say, with just a bunch of people, and going around and doing fun stuff. And in 38, I really didn't have that anymore. The recruiting in 38 was mostly targeting, well, it was targeting everyone, but the recipients and the people who would really be inclined to come to 38 were mostly Russian. And what that happened to create was a large Russian community and a very quiet English community. Now, it was partly my fault, right? Like I said at the beginning, I was not able to establish a strong English-speaking community in 2638, and I take responsibility for that. And the truth is that I failed in that regard. I tried to create the Discord to be one. I tried to get English players into Discord during KvK, but the truth is that there's no real point to join Discord if the person who's leading the English side, which would be me, doesn't know much of the strategy anyway. And that kind of goes into my second point, which I was kind of like a fake R4 and R5. I was more of a community manager. People looked up to me because I was on the field a lot and I spoke a lot and I played a lot. But the truth is, it's like I really couldn't give direction outside of pretty simple commands like garrison, rally, maybe a little bit of downtime war lead. But so people just stopped joining Discord after a while, and I realized that there was no real point to join Discord, so I couldn't blame them. But yeah, I failed in getting that English community going, and the truth is I could either work very, 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 very hard on recruiting and doing all that stuff, and it would take away from my gameplay, take away from my kills, take away from my personal life, or I could just migrate to a already well-established English-speaking kingdom that I know a lot of the players for, and that's really why I did it. I also am a degenerate. I play this game way too much, alright? Like, if the pass is at 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, like, it doesn't matter, I'm going to be there. And the truth is that 38's downtime was just a little too large for me. When the kingdom's uptime is shorter than its downtime, so like 10 hours of fighting and 14 hours of sleeping and doing nothing, it's just not a recipe for success. And truly, I was on all the time. If there's fighting, I am fighting. Unless like there is some real important real life thing that I've got going on, or an emergency, or whatever, right? But or a really good looking lady nearby. But anyway, I want that kind of same mentality from my kingdom members, and I know that's aggressive, okay? Like, not everyone's going to do that. I understand I'm an anomaly, but I really wanted more effort out of the people that I played with, and the truth is not everyone in 38 was giving that, except for like a handful of council members and a handful of other people. So I basically came to 81, I saw its potential, I was already friends here, and that's really the reason. Not here to rant, not here to make excuses. I'm just saying that I am very excited for the future of my gameplay. Obviously, I'll be streaming. I'm going to be making a lot more friends. Hopefully, I can start like a Kingdom Spotlight video series. I know I talked about this before. I think I made a community poll. But now that we have a few more players to speak English, they can actually be featured on my channel. And I think it would be a lot of fun. So, real quick, I'm just going to show some footage of me doing the actual migration process. And fun fact, you can actually see in my top right, I've got a lot of resources open, and that's because you can actually take them with you if you're migrating within KvK. But maybe that's a story for another time. Maybe. I'll make a little short on it. It's basically very, very simple. You join the kingdom that you're going to, you leave your farm accounts in your old kingdom, and then you swarm your farm accounts. So, like, I would teleport right here, my farm account in 2638 would be right here, and I would just loot it. Now there's a 25% tax, but 25% loss on your resources is better than taking absolutely zero of your resources. So I still have some resources, which is really, really nice. It was a big incentive and a big reason why I came here as well. But okay, I guess I won't make it short because I just explained it. But anyway, here we go. I'll play the footage, and I will see you guys again next time. Kind of emotional, you know? Spend all that time with people, but I think it's time. Okay, whatever. Function cannot be used within Lost Kingdom? What do you mean? Do I have to teleport home? Okay, sure. Oh, there it is! There it is! Fucking wild. Alright. Oh. Weird. Very, very weird. Okay, what alliance do I need to join? There it is. We are officially in the kingdom. Sheesh!